Last one. Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right, welcome back everyone. My name's Paul Richards. This is Milehouse Studios. I'm filming this and I don't know when it's going to go out because I've just done an East Coast video and I don't want to be accused of being a fanboy. You always get accused of stuff when you're a YouTuber, don't you? Ah, you're such... Fuck off. Right, a subscriber said to me, he reached out and I don't do this, so don't ask me to do it again, but I had a reason. He's a lovely geezer. I spoke to him many times. He benefits from talking to you knobs in the chat. He goes by the name of 9 Inch Nines. That's all I'm going to... I don't know where that name came from. 9 Inch Nines. 9 inches. Cumbersome. He said, I want to buy this guitar. It looks amazing. I've sold one of mine. And I said, I don't know why. I must have had a fucking glass of wine or something. I said, I'll tell you what, mate, I'll buy it. And I'll do a fluff piece on it and then I'll send it on to you. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to stop it in the box now. Because I'm not a fucking drummer. I'm just a man. I'm just a man. So again, I've got no affiliation with Andertons. Take it what you want. I bought this in secret. It got addressed to Carrot Crunchers Anonymous in Devon. So it's not that fucking secret, is it? Right, here's my grand unboxing. To be honest, it's quite a nice guitar. It's the sort of one I would choose. It's a little bit more expensive from the East Coast. It's this one here, which I think is the right colour. I hope it's the right colour. It's a fixed tail, double humbucker, 24 fret Strat. There you go. It's 150 quid. I'm not going to mention the price again. I'm not going to tell you it's £150 again. All right. Out comes the Milehouse Studios neck rest. Shameless plug. So here we go. It's got a maple neck, which I believe is flat sawn. Looking at that, which again, don't matter a fuck. It's got a lovely little cutaway here. It's got some bits and bobs going on. The reach around system's not fantastic. That is not fantastic, but you get her over the line. Maybe with a little drip of syrup. I don't know where that came from. I like the glossy sprayed headstock. I think that works quite well. I might nick that idea because it's very simple to do on a Fender design. Yeah, all in all, very, very pretty. I don't know anything about the fucking thing, so I'm going to get my phone out and I'm going to read some specs. As always, in the bag, you can find Allen. It's a standard truss rod. It's got 2 string trees. How much information do you want? Right, there you go. It's that one. All right, there's all the specs you need. The Eastcoast MT1 electric guitar in satin stone grey with a rosewood fingerboard. If you're going to finger anything, it might as well be a board. It says on here, the spec is fret markers, dots. Well, fuck me. Thank you very much for clarifying that. It's got high output ceramic wannabunners, which I'm sure when I plug them in downstairs, they'll sound like low output, mid output. Generally, they'll sound humbuckery when I play them. The tuners, I've never heard of this before. They are enclosed tuners. There you go, enclosed tuners. It's almost gone like when you go to a posh restaurant and they got to tell you where your fucking artichoke was grown. Or South Devon artichoke. Well, I'm glad it's not a Midlands artichoke. I would have chucked it at the fucking chef. So yeah, enclosed tuners. They're not open tuners. They're not open back because we wouldn't have been able to see that with our own eyes. There you go. It's funny, as I've got older, I thought I'd have a nice collection of guitars looming. Turns out the only thing I collect is fucking glasses. What's that, Lee? Get on with it. Fuck. Necky bastard. So I am going to be objective, I'm going to pull this fucking guitar apart. I'm going to look at every nook and cranny, and if it needs fixing, I'll fix it, because that's kind of the whole point of me having it. But first of all, where do we start? We start, is the neck straight? The bin men are outside and they're being particularly noisy. Shut the fuck up, bin men. It's a 25-inch scale length. So 9 inches, we'll have to make do with 25 inches in this instance. And me ruler's not even long enough. Right, we've got more than a queef of relief in that neck, so we are going to have to employ Allen. I'll leave this one bagged. Out comes all the serious gear. We ain't fucking around with this. I've got all 3 trays out, Dave. Can you see that? It's getting serious. There's no spoke wheel truss rod, which I think a guitar of this stature should have. That would make it better for me. As it happens, I've got a string tree right in the way of where Alan needs to get his fingers. Now, I forgot to say, everyone's going to say, what's it like out of the box? Which I genuinely, as someone who works on guitars, I don't care what it comes like out of the box for me personally. But I know you do, so let's just have a quick look. What's the action? 2mm on the low E, 1.8 on the high E. How does that feel? Have we got any bad frets? No, we've got no buzzy frets, and I wouldn't expect to at that action. Now, I know that these all get 20 minutes to half an hour in the shop before they get sent out, and I know they get big backlog. This time of year, do not expect a next day delivery from anyone because they are inundated. I also know that. Do you think in the shop, when this thing gets set up, they're not going to do fretwork? That's a given. They're going to set up the height. They're going to maybe set an amount of relief to a neck, and they're going to set the height of the strings to where there are no issues. I don't even know if that's true. I could have been pulling that out of my right nostril and stuffing it right in your left. It's dangerous disinformation. One thing I have noticed about these East Coast guitars is the fretboards do flatten out lovely. Cracking. That is gone dead flat. Happy with that. The cheeky rocker test. I am going to restring this with the Darios, but I'm just going to see what it's like strung up. Is it playing ball? Is it playing ball? There is more rock on those frets than there was at fucking Live Aid. Absolutely. Cheeky rocking all over the shop. So let's take these strings off and we'll have a proper look. A proper look at her. Oh, they're not locking tuners. The sustain must be terrible. Calm your shit down, Nigel. I didn't mean that. It was a joke. Like your marriage. You know she's nailing the bin, man. Can't get this chuffing string out. Professional. I can thumb it in, but it's very difficult to thumb it out. I'm trying not to bugger it up. I'm used to dealing with second-hand bashers, aren't I? Right, okay, let's re-straighten the neck out and then we'll have a little look at the frets. Shall we do another little fret job, just in case anyone can't fucking remember? Try and resist messaging me saying that your new Crimson ruler doesn't sit on the fretboard because they put sharper ends on. It's to stop you leaving it on there, all right? Because you'll knock it off and you'll chip all the paint off your guitar. You can ask me how I know, but I won't tell you the truth. But you know the truth, and it's a good idea that they've done it. Oh, you should only use the tools that are advertised? I'll use whatever fucking tools I want, mate. You can do whatever you want on your channel that no cunt will watch because you are a fucking bore. Right, that's as flat as I'm going to get it. With no strings on, it doesn't behave the same way as it does with strings on. So there's an argument for plec machines in their favour. Have a little look for rocks. There's always a rock at the second fret. It's always. So we'll give them a tap. It's not a big rock. I don't know what it is about this particular one, but I'm getting lots of rocks, lots, all over the shop. And they are not tapping down particularly well. They're just not. I'm basically going to run through now. We're going to go a little bit deeper on this one, all right? Balls, we're going balls deep. I'm going to run through. I'm going to tap everything I can tap. All of these frets seem very, very well seated. I can't get the spacer. This is 0.05 spacer. There's only a couple tiny spots. I'm going to go up and down 2 or 3 times with the rocker and tap everything I can. They're not responding particularly well. I'm not going to start twatting things harder. These are big jumbo frets. They're not particularly tall, but they are jumbo. I'm going to run the level over them and I'm just going to recrown them. I might as well, all right? So I would say the frets on this one are not great. Definitely not great. The last one I did, the Telly, 109 quid, Way better, way better. Luck of the draw at this price.
One eternity later.
Right, I'm going to tape it up because I want to look after this impeccable paintwork. And just like when you took home that bucktooth boss-eyed bird at 4 minutes to midnight, I'm going to double bag it. There's not a lot to come off here, so we'll just quickly mark this up. It doesn't matter what hammer I use, some of them just will not tap down. They're just well seated. Right, I'm going over with a very, very light beam. Very. And before I do, I'm just going to recheck that my neck is nice and straight. I'm not taking the neck off or putting it in the jig. We're just going to go very, very lightly. So I am not pushing down. Now I've done that, I'm just going to have a cheeky look. You just see a bit of dust, not a lot. Now I used to think that you've got to keep going until all the pen's gone, but that will deceive you. That's all I've done with that for a minute. Let's just check it with the cheeky rocker. So basically I've got 2 sanding beams. You've always got 2 different grades of sandpaper. I've got 2 beams with 4 grades, but I'm just going to finish on the super light stuff. And you can hear it's so much lighter. And I'm going to finish with some passes in the direction of the fret. Now, whatever it looks like's going on, when I'm pushing that, I don't want to be deflecting the neck. It's literally just the weight of that beam, which is nothing. I'm literally just moving it side to side using that technique. It's very serious, isn't it? I just showed you my technique. That's a little bit more information than anyone really needs. But I'm just using the weight. It's just the weight of the beam. And it's such a long beam. It's the best chance you've got, all right? If you haven't got a neck jig, I would normally pop this neck off, put it in my jig, support it all the way along. But I'm showing you how you can do it. That is like the scariest thing to a non-guitar tech, isn't it? Doing that and re-crowning. Only just taking the pen off that first fret. That first fret and the way that the neck is behaving is not great. Let's do some re-crowning. Now, one thing I've noticed that I think might just be in the brain is when you have a tiny fret, you can have a slightly higher action. It's seen because your brain just looks at the height of the string from the fretboard. When you've got a sausage and a high action, it looks fucking miles off. So it just plays tricks with you. So a bigger sausage fret, I really, really want to stress that I want them as best as I can get them. I've started using I've started using the new... Fucking hell. I've started using the Music Nomad safety file, and actually I really like this. I didn't like it to start with, but it is fucking idiot proof. It's got a little line in the middle of it that's got no diamond on it. So you cannot file the top of the fret. You're always going to have a crown. So it doesn't matter how much I file, it just leaves a perfect bit of red pen on the top. Sometimes the fret you're filing has not got exactly the same profile as inside that file. It can feel like you're removing a lot of material. These do, but they're not really. Just clean up these frets. It doesn't need a lot, so I'm going to start with 800 grit. I'm not going to go any coarser than that. If you start coarser than that, you're going to give yourself a bit more work. An 800, we can go against the grain on the fretboard. It's not going to hurt. I'm going to put my finger on that and make a little roundy tool, and I'm going to go either side of that fret. I still don't want to touch the top. Lovely. Now my filing is just raised up a few bars on there, so I'm going to flip it over. And I'm just now going to go up the edges. So this fretboard is basically sealed in with a sanding sealer. It doesn't really matter what we fucking do to it for a minute. Right, fret end dressing file. Just get rid of any nastiness. When you're filing things, just touch it. Give it a rub. Are you happy with it? I'm going to go in with a bit of 400 and just try and knock out these edges. Right, last job. Polish the frets up with a fertilizer and we are away. This fret job should be done. Little bit of vintage discharge. I think there's a lot of sanding sealer on this fretboard, so that this ain't going to do a lot. It's not going to penetrate. Nothing new there for me. So just a tiny bit. Well, let's put a bit of colour back in our cheeks. Right, I'm going to cut cameras. I'm going to string this up and then we'll run through a quick setup. Should be easy. There's no trem. Even I can fucking do that. And we'll see how she fires up downstairs, shall we? That's I was going to say fretilise. That's fritzelizer. That's a new term. I'm going to coin that. It might even go on a t-shirt. Slag. Right, there you go. The only thing you've missed is I've put some strings on. I've tuned it approximately. I've given the strings a bit of a stretch and I've set the neck to have, repeat after me, a queef of relief. That's what we've gone with. Yeah, lovely jubbly. I'm happy. I'm happy with what we've done. So I'm just going to check out. I've also ascertained that it's a 14-inch radius. We've not got a single rock in the shop. Everything is lovely. Those frets are as level as they can be. Interesting conclusions. Let's have a little check at the nut and see how well that is cut. I've also strung this up with 10 to 46 D'Addario XS's. What a fucking gent. Thank you to D'Addario, as always, for sponsoring the channel. They make this much more possible. In fact, I'd be fucked without it. I'd be buying strings left, right and centre. The nut is cut fairly aggressively, 0.25 to 0.4 as it's gone up. It's very equal, so I'm happy with that. That's not the end of the world. Let's check it at the 12th. That's where the problem was before. 1.6 at the high. I haven't forgotten. Don't fucking worry. 2.1 at the lowy. So I'm going to drop the lowy right down. .35, 1.6 to 1.4. That's what we're going to go with. We'll just equalise everything up. Now, I'm just going to get down like an old man. Happy with that. She is slammed. Tune her up again. What's left? What's left? Plug her in. Intonation. Take it downstairs. Beat the shit out of it. Can you see that, Dave? Can you see the tuner? Can you see it? Here. There she is. She's a bit flat. So we want to move towards the nuts. If she's flat, shorten the string. Lovely. To be fair, intonation wasn't bad. That was a few turns of the screwdriver. You might have noticed it on the top strings. So it was a little bit further out. But always check your intonation. Sorry, I'll take them off so you can contain yourself.
Some blush on.
Always check your intonation after you change the strings. That's it. Bang on. I think we can go and give her a play now. I'll see you down in Fritzl's, all right? I'll keep my clothes on because you might not have had your lunch yet. Right, okay, conclusion times. It's a bit of a perplexing one, isn't it? I've had to do a little bit more work to this one than the previous Eastcoast guitars. It came with the highest action of any of the ones I've seen before. A lot of people wouldn't have noticed because a lot of people play higher actions than I realised when I first went down this bullshittery path. Now, this is an absolute banger. Do like the pickups, high output. It's not for everyone. I quite like them. Tame them down with the volume tone. Oh, that's all the experience. The 6 weeks playing experience of me managed to tame the beast. It's wonderful looking. The matte finish is a fingerprint magnet. The neck is an absolute worldie. Love it. Satin, Chinese neck. Brilliant. Now, the work I've done on this is not ridiculous. It needs to be done to many, many guitars worth 20 times the cost of this. I've done this. I've unboxed guitars for £2,500 that had worse frets than that. Okay, so I'm not in shock by the fact that we had to do a little fret level and recrown. It was fuck all. Here's a question for you, right? And it's a serious question. I don't do serious very often. I don't know if you noticed. Guitars for me are a numbers game. I don't care about body material. This is a lovely brown species of fretboard. The neck is yellow, right? The guitar is grey. It's got something underneath it, which is a wood species. I don't care if it's popular, older, fucking whatever. I don't care. It's a numbers game. Is the neck straight? Are the frets good? Is it set up well? If it ticks all those boxes, is that better or worse than a guitar worth 20 times the value? That's up to you to decide, but playability is no fucking different at all. It is a complete numbers game.
Here we go.
If it's set up well and it's been given some love, that £150 guitar is as good as a £1,500 guitar. I don't care what anyone says, right? Oh, it'll warp in time. Oh, you can't abuse it. It wouldn't last on tour. Well, plenty of touring musicians use cheap guitars, Squires and all that sort of stuff because they don't want their posh stuff on stage. It all lasts fine. I know a guy that's been gigging a fucking £200 Yamaha Pacifica for 20 years. I think it is 20 years. Fuck me, I'm old. Get it out your head, people, all right? Stop being such snobs. It doesn't matter. PRSs are for dentists. Although I haven't really got a bad word to say about PRS guitars. They are always lovely. But yeah, make your own mind up. Should you make your mind up based on the conclusions of one dickhead YouTuber? Fucking no. Should you go to a shop and buy a guitar and fall in love with it yourself with your own hands? Yes, you should. Should you learn to do some basic maintenance yourself? Yes, you absolutely should. And instead of having 20 guitars worth £150, why not have 10 guitars worth £150 and spend £1,000 on tools? Special wave, bastards.
Do you find the closer you get to the toilet, the more you need to go? It just intensifies, doesn't it? I start talking to myself when I get near the house. Calm down, calm down. You come up the pathway, you were fine at the supermarket, this is all in your head. This is all in your head, you just need to relax, because you can see the house, you know you're getting close. Then you're trying to open the door, get the key in. And the kids are trying to say hello, get the fuck out. Do you pull that fit? Why is that here? Tender skin, this isn't it? You don't want to catch it on a zip or something. You'll be like, it's like when you put a bike helmet on, you're clipping it under your chin. It's the same face, isn't it? You know why? See this here? That's the same skin.